Hello, my friends. I'm B, and this is B's Intuition. And today we're gonna do a cute little reading. I want to see, like, this is a silly idea that I had, but I think maybe somebody out there will like it. Who is having cutesy ideas or thoughts about you, the collective? And these can be romantic, they can be friends cutesy, family cutesy. I thought that this would be like a little bit of a lighthearted version of the spicy thoughts reading. But anyways, let's just dive right in. And it's more encompassing too, because like if it's cutesy thoughts from a family member, like they miss you or they want to hang out with you, like that kind of stuff, it'll be more encompassing for everyone. Anyway, let's just dive right into it, okay? Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is having cutesy little thoughts about the collective? Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is having cutesy little thoughts when it comes to my collective? Please and thank you. That's a start. Maybe one more card. Ooh, this is nice. Okay, and interesting. First one came out, the Emperor. Somebody very powerful is having some very cutesy thoughts about you. Knight of Pentacles. Somebody that's a little bit slow moving, but very much a slow and steady wins the race type of person. Hanged Man. Somebody that just went through some sort of awakening, it feels like. Or just like a complete shift in perspective about something. They also may have just come out of a difficult time. We'll see. We'll clarify. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. You may be like balancing out some sort of connection here with another person. It doesn't have to be specifically romantic, but it could be. That's just what I'm picking up on. Let's start clarifying, shall we? Starting with the Emperor. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is this Emperor? Oh my goodness. Jeez, apparently this Emperor has a lot to say. I literally feel a cat fur. Okay, I think I got it. Oh my. Okay. I don't even know where to start. Let's start out with the Lover's card that came out to clarify the Emperor. Actually, let me show you all of them. Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. Like, hello? You got a divine connection here with an Emperor. This definitely gives like, well, actually, I want to say soulmate energy in a romantic way, but I personally feel like you can be soulmates with friends as well as romantic people. So if it best applies to friendships, you could also look at it that way. Like definitely somebody that you, well, this person definitely feels like you're a soulmate for them. They want to fight to come in towards you and communicate very passionately, very enthusiastically. It also feels like, oh, this is so beautiful. Like it feels like this is an Emperor that is doing, making the right choices, even if those choices are difficult. And it feels like it's so that, like, this person feels very much like focused on you. I think you feel this. I actually think that this could even indicate the two of you having a psychic nature or connecting psychically before this comes into the 3D. Not to say that this is a complete stranger that just randomly comes in. I think you know this person, because this person seems to know at least a little bit about you, enough to feel like you're their soulmate, or somebody that's very important to have in their life. They feel like they're super drawn to you. There is like a very much a spiritual quality to what they feel. And it makes them feel very passionate, very attracted, fiery. Ooh, all fired up is what I'm getting. Ooh. So what are these cutesy thoughts then? Well, I think the cutesy thoughts more than anything is that they think you're a soulmate. Like, yeah, like whether a soulmate or not, like this feels like somebody that really wants or feels like you're supposed to be in their life for a reason. And it feels like they're now taking action with that Seven of Wands. They want to come in, they want to make themselves known, they want to stand out against any competition. They definitely want to make their feelings known to you and communicate in general. If there hasn't been a lot of communication, it feels like there could be a lot of communication coming in. Okay, never mind. I thought somebody was. Also, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands. That shows forward progress. Okay, I'm not seeing it in the cards, but this feels like somebody that recently may have done some sort of cleansing of their life or cleaning out. Like it feels almost like a spring cleaning. I don't know if this is within the mind, within their 3D reality, but it feels like somebody here, this Emperor specifically, has swept their plate clean or something so that they can, like, it feels like this person actively made the choice to clear out stuff that may have even been a blockage to the connection that you two share, because it feels like, okay, now I'm ready. That's like the feeling I'm getting. It's just like, okay, now I'm ready. Like after doing something. Yeah, it feels like this person's like really much like, or very much feeling like, now I am ready for this. Maybe they weren't in the past. Or maybe they didn't realize what this connection was in the past and now they realize. Very interesting. There's something to do with like, this feels like something that Spirit is bringing into your life. Like it almost, but it feels like almost like Spirit's like, come together now. It feels, I think there are energies at work here that are beyond the both of you, if that makes any sense. Like there's some sort of invisible link between the two of you outside of your own knowledge or perception. Like it feels very much like there is an invisible force that is bringing the two of you together, whether that be spirit, whether that just be magnetic attraction, or, you know, feeling a deep intuition in regards to one another. It feels very much like there's like a third energy that is bringing the two of you together. Like I think that the two of you may have sparks already, but it's almost like something else is bringing the two of you together. Well, you know, the way I'm seeing it is like it's a larger power bringing the two of you together. So I'm even getting like maybe a workplace sort of environment brings the two of you together, or maybe some sort of magical even circumstances, or it just works out that way or something. Like it feels like something happens and it brings the two of you together in the first place. And I feel, yeah. Well, I do feel like Spirit plays a significant role in this connection, because I feel very much like Spirit whispering in my ear. And I feel like that could be what has been happening for this Emperor here. Especially if they were trying to either ignore this connection or suppress their feelings about it or about you. Because there's like some, yes, okay, and now I see. Because it's like, especially because they're an Emperor, this is probably somebody that's seen as some sort of person in a position of power, not necessarily a position of power over you, but just like somebody that is seen as having some sort of significant position in the community, society, They're seen as somebody that's very valuable and very powerful in some way. I feel like this yeah, because if they're embodying that Emperor card, it feels almost like they could be very much attached to their ego, or they were. Maybe that's another part of that clearing the plate to make room for this, because I feel like, especially being in a position of power, it's not necessarily that they have a big head on their shoulders or anything like that, or they're like, yeah, I'm pretty much the best. I'm not necessarily picking that up, but like, you know, when you're in a position of power, you have to hold yourself in a specific sort of way. You can't always let your emotions be seen so easily. You may have to play, you know, put on that poker face or whatever. And I think some of that plays a part in this connection, because it's almost like maybe this person, yeah, like maybe there was like something about the connection between the two of you that this person felt like they wanted to avoid because of other people's judgments. But it's like Spirit is almost like forcing this person to look in the mirror and really truly evaluate things. I feel like Spirit, yeah, because it feels like at first this person's ego was getting in the way more than anything. But it feels like now Spirit's stepping in and saying, like, you need to get rid of that ego if you want to go anywhere with this other person. Because it's like, if you constantly are caring what other people think about your connection, you're never going to actually pursue that connection, right? Because you're going to be too afraid of what other people think. Especially because at the end of the day, love is love, you know? And I feel like there's nothing more beautiful than love. Love is life. I think that this person sees you as having other options, because with that Seven of Wands, it feels like they do feel like they have to make themselves stand out in some way against other people. Maybe they feel or know that other people are vying for your attention. Yeah. They really, really want to speak with you, though, with that Eight of Wands here. Like, there's definitely something important that will help this connection go forward, and I think it comes through communication. With the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, I feel like you sense this. Maybe not completely all of the details, but you sense that something is either coming, or something here is very significant with your connection to this person. It's really beautiful, actually. I'm going to go on to the other cards, and I might circle back to that if I want to get more clarifications and stuff, but let's go on to the Knight of Pentacles now. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is this Knight of Pentacles, and what are their cutesy thoughts towards the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Who is this Knight of Pentacles? And what do they want with the collective? Please and thank you. What are they thinking about the collective? Please and thank you. That is too funny. Oh my gosh, let me show you that. So the first card that came out to clarify that, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. And then the Knight of Pentacles comes out to clarify the Knight of Pentacles. So this is somebody that is very much in the Knight of Pentacles energy, which is either not moving forward or taking their sweet time. And that could be annoying to someone, you know, the person that they want to approach. That could probably be annoying to them, because it's like, what's taking you so damn long, you know? But with that Seven of Cups, either they have a lot of options or you have a lot of options, and so they're confused. And that confusion is what's making them stand still. They also may not be seeing everything super clearly. They may be in their daydreams. Oh, this could be somebody that is very much more so a daydreamer than an action-oriented person. Also, bottom of the deck, High Priestess. I feel like you're definitely the High Priestess in a lot of these people's stories. You're seen as somebody that is very wise, very divine, You have a connection to the divine that is very obvious. You're very tapped into your intuition and maybe psychic abilities as well. And I think that's what people see when they see you. This is so interesting. Yeah, I think that this is somebody that's way more comfortable daydreaming about you than actually making any act or taking any action towards you. So I'm thinking, I think that mostly they're being in the Knight of Pentacles energy is mostly, I think, about them feeling insecure in some way, or feeling like they don't live up to you in some way. And you know, the Seven of Cups can do with feelings, so maybe they don't know what your feelings are about them. Also, I'm getting that you could probably intimidate this person as well. Yeah, because I feel like you have options, whether you realize this about your life or not. And so this person's like aware of that, and they feel insecure or like they can't compete for your attention. Also, with your intuition being so emphasized and maybe psychic abilities, this person might actually be nervous to be seen by you. I wonder if they're much more comfortable in the shadows, where they can't be seen. They could just admire you from afar. This could definitely be somebody that's very stoic, has a poker face, because this one feels very much like I don't want to let on that I'm thinking about this person and having daydreams about them. But I'm very much curious, and maybe I'm even currently making plans to come towards them, but I'm just not ready yet to take that action. I'm getting like you have this power to open up people's spirituality or open people's mind to spirituality. Yeah, I feel like because you're so highly intuitive and potentially psychic, that they feel like you just look straight through them, into their soul, into their thoughts. Like, I'm getting like this sense of like being afraid of being in the spotlight. That spotlight is literally just you looking at them, like in their mind. That's how they see it. I'm gonna see what else comes out for the Knight of Pentacles. Please and thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, this one. Okay. We got Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands. So, this person has some sort of idea or thoughts or some sort of truth that they want to share with you. But either this person is currently going through a rough time, or I'm getting maybe, because I see this Queen of Wands as the collective, I'm thinking that maybe the two of you were connected in the past and there was a really hard ending for this person when the two of you split up or something. So if they do have something that they want to communicate with you, maybe that's why they're in the Knight of Pentacles energy, is because they're not sure if you want to hear it. if you want to hear anything that this person has to say. That would make sense though. That's like their big concern. But with the Eight of Pentacles, oh, you know, this person might be distracting themselves with work to try and get you off their mind. So I'm getting like they might not even want to have thoughts about you, but maybe they just come in without them trying. I keep getting drawn back to that Seven of Cups. There's a message with that I feel like I am missing. I feel like they view you very much as a mystery, and that could be like what's making them curious if this is like a new person. And if this is an old person, maybe they don't know what you have going on in your love life. Or your life in general, to be honest. And so that's causing them this hesitancy. It feels like they have something that they want to say or share with you, but they feel like maybe they're not in the right spot for doing that. Because like, yeah, I feel like they're much more financially oriented and not so much romantically oriented, or not even romance, but like love in general, like if it's a friend or whatever. They're just not very emotionally oriented at this time. It feels like they're very much focused on their work and what creates the most stability in their life. Also, this is somebody that has been through some stuff, built up a wall as well. So maybe if this is a new person, they could be maybe just intimidated and scared because of their own past, so they're not coming towards you. Also, this could be after, if this is like an ex or something, after the two of you split, went your separate ways, this person could have been going through it while you were kind of thriving. And maybe they still are kind of going through it. This feels almost like a jaded person, you know, somebody that's been through some stuff, but chooses to use that as an excuse rather than trying to heal. This could be somebody that likes to blame other people for things. I don't know why that just came through, but it could be relevant. Because I'm getting like this feeling of like, oh, well, I would be more open if I didn't experience this or that. You know, I'm going to clarify that Seven of Cups because I feel like there is a message behind that. Thank you. The Tower. Oh. That's clarifying that Seven of Cups. Bottom of the deck again, High Priestess. Your intuition might even be telling you about this. It's interesting though, because it's like, with that Seven of Cups being clarified by the Tower card, it almost feels like maybe they're, okay, I'm getting a few messages. So I feel like they are worried that they'll make the wrong choice in this situation between the two of you, and then everything will come crumbling down either in their personal life or their connection with you. Also, the crowns on these two cards are very much sticking out to me. Crown up there, crown up there. And so maybe an idea or communication that they have or want to share might cause a lot of chaos, whether it be in this connection or just their life in general. You are very much seen as a mystery. There's something very mysterious about your energy, and I think it captivates people, makes people very curious to want to know what's going on inside of that mind of yours. I'm going to clarify the Tower. Please and thank you, Spirit. Can you clarify that Tower? Thank you. Oh. Oh, geez. This is getting juicy. Okay. So clarifying the Tower card, we have the Judgment card. I think it's very important to mention that these are two major arcana cards clarifying the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is a big deal. I feel like they want to... They want you to take them. They want you to choose them. That's what it is. Choose you. Or choose them. Not take them. But like they want you to choose them. But maybe they're really worried that you won't. Because that Tower card... Yeah. Like chaos or something. Also, it's like maybe they feel like if they did come forward, they would have to like communicate certain things that they're not comfortable with communicating. Oh, bottom of the deck is the Emperor. I don't know if I would say that this Knight of Pentacles is the Emperor that we had earlier. I don't know if I would say that. I think this could actually be a completely separate person, but they know that you have an Emperor that's interested in you. So they're like, I'm clearly not the best option here. Yeah, or maybe you just have that sort of energy. They just assume that you're gonna attract an Emperor, even if you don't have an Emperor right now. This is so interesting. There's still something about that Tower card. Please make the Spirit. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't know how I feel about that one. I think I do know how to feel about that one. Okay. I hate to say especially when I see X's in a tarot reading, I hate to mention them, but can't lie, can't, you know, I mean, you could lie, I suppose, but I just can't with this kind of stuff. I have to be honest. This does feel like an X because what just came out, to clarify that Tower card further, Five of Swords, the World card. I think that this could have been somebody that mistreated you in the past and now they want to say, oh, I've changed. I've closed out that cycle. That's no longer me. But I don't know if that's necessarily true. Maybe that Five of Swords energy was something that they affected your past connection with, and it caused a lot of chaos because this is clarifying the Tower card here. So that could be very much the reason why this person's so nervous to come towards you, is because you do not have good memories of this person. And this person would have to really sell it to you that they've changed. I'm getting that they've changed overnight, which, you know, is nearly impossible, right? So I feel like there could be deception for sure with this connection. Or this person, I mean. Because it feels like they want to seem evolved, but I don't think that they are, because it's like, why else would that Five of Swords come out? I say this a million times. I do not like the Five of Swords energy. I find it very bullying and sometimes abusive, you know, that kind of stuff. Not great. Also, if you're like super spiritual or you're coming across in a way of like the High Priestess, this person could be trying to make themselves out to be a spiritual person, but maybe not actually believe in those things, but rather it's just to get your attention or to make you interested in them, or to, you know, to spark your curiosity in some way towards them. that could also be a whole nother part of this too, is like maybe though they want you to choose them, maybe they're wanting almost to manifest you coming to them, which I don't think is going to happen, especially if that's what happened in the past, them mistreating you. The Nine of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, and I honestly think that this is how they see you right now. I think they see you as somebody that is very much flourishing, doing their own thing and being good at it, building their abundance, prosperity, security, stability, enjoying life too, like enjoying the small pleasures in life as well. Like I feel like you're in a very good place. So this person would have to act, and it's so funny that I keep saying act and stuff, because like I don't necessarily know that they're lying, but it feels like it, and that's just how I'm gonna say it, because it really does feel like they're trying to act like something that they're not, so that they have a way back into your life. So I think that what this person is thinking in terms of cutesy thoughts is either if they approached you, you would accept them back. And if you, if they go towards you and you accept them back, that would be like, yay. And then also, if you come towards them and get back together or whatever, that would be like the ideal situation. So I feel like their cutesy thought is just getting back together with you. And I think it's because you, like, clearly, yeah. Like, there's major arcanas coming out, like, up the wazoo for this person. So I think that you made a very major impact in their life. And so, yeah, you feel very much like the type of person that, like, you can't ever forget, you know? I feel like you could have been a lesson for this person. You could have, like, taught this person, like, maybe that it's not okay to treat people the way that they treat people. Because I do feel like a sense of guilt attached to this person. Yeah. But especially with that Seven of Cups, honestly, I'm seeing that Seven of Cups now more so as them maybe even deluding themselves. You know, because it's really about not seeing things clearly. I almost think that maybe they're having a lot of cutesy fantasies about coming back together with you, but I don't think that's really in touch with the reality of the connection or the, like between the two of you. I think that you're very much in your own sort of sphere and focusing on your own stuff. I don't think that you're really even giving this person the time of day, but they seem very focused on you. And thinking about that pain of the past, whether it happened to them or to you, which I personally think it happened to you. And, you know, with that Eight of Pentacles too, it does give a message of like, I've been working maybe on myself or on something to help improve my life. So I feel like that's going to be what this person will, if they ever do communicate, which I don't know. This person seems like, yeah, this person definitely has not learned how to work around the ego yet, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, she's sleepy girl. But I'll keep you updated if I hear anything else on the porch. Okay. Also, it's interesting that it just caught my attention, that we have the Eight of Pentacles here and the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this person feels like they're behind you, or that they want to catch up to you, or they want to yeah, it feels like they're maybe even like working really, really hard to achieve what you're trying to achieve as well. But it feels like theirs is much more of a struggle, whereas yours is much more free-flowing and easy in a sense, or it feels like there's a sense of ease. Like, it's not even necessarily that it's easy or that it's, you know, that you're at ease when you're going through situations, but it feels like on your end you have a much more calm way about it. It feels actually more so like manifesting on your end, where you're like, I know it's gonna come to me because it's in my energy, or it's my purpose, or it's my fate, or you know, it's just part of my life. Like it feels like this knowledge of like you don't have to sweat over these types of things, like building prosperity and stability and stuff. Whereas this person feels like they have to, like it feels, yeah, like this person's still attached to their ego, so they're doing it for, they're doing their own improvement or working on their stability, abundance, whatever, out of a place of feeling like, oh, I need to do this as quickly as possible, or maybe a sense of lack this person experiences. Whereas you just are in this sort of energy that is free flowing. And so good things just naturally come when you're in that energy towards you. And so I feel like it's like on this person's end, they feel like they have to struggle to get those types of things, whereas you have things come to you. Like you attract things very much. And I wonder if there's like a sense of jealousy with that, or like feeling like something's unfair with that. Or it could just be like causing them some sense of insecurity, feeling like they're beneath you or behind you in some way, and that you're progressing faster in life or something than they are. So yeah, it could even be like that they're secretly kind of jealous, or that they envy the position that you're in right now. Very interesting. Now let's go on to the Hanged Man. He's the Nikki Spirit. Who is this person, and what are they thinking about the collective? Please and thank you. Oh, interesting. Oh my gosh. I cannot make this up. The High Priestess came out on the bottom of the deck again. So that makes me think that I'm missing a message about the High Priestess, so I might clarify that, because Spirit might be trying to tell me like, hey, you forgot that point that you're supposed to make with that card. Okay, anyways, let me show you what came out. Clarifying that Hanged Man card, we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Cups. I think I just got it downloaded what this situation is. Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles. I don't know. Knight of Wands can mean a few things when it's in the reverse. And I'm almost getting that that could be the more shadow aspects of the Knight of Wands, meaning like somebody that's much more of a player, somebody that's more passion focused, but not in a good way. Like it's just about the passion for them, and then they get bored and maybe like run away or something. It feels kind of like a player energy, but it's clarifying that Hanged Man, so it almost makes me think that yeah, especially because that was followed by the Eight of Cups. I'm almost feeling like they had to, maybe they were stuck in a connection for a period of time, and through that, being in that connection or whatever, that they felt super restricted. And maybe they had some major realizations while they were in that connection. Since they're coming up as the Knight of Wands in the reverse, I don't think it was necessarily the other person's fault if they were not happy in the relationship, because it feels like this is somebody that's, I'll just say it's shallow. You know, somebody that's not like very, definitely does not look for the deep and meaningful parts of a relationship, more so focused on physical and passion maybe. But whatever the case is, they left behind something that was no longer fulfilling for them, and it definitely could have been another person, and could be this Queen of Swords that they were in a connection with even, which if this person's showing up as the Knight of Wands in the reverse and they were with a queen, that queen was probably out of their league, you know. But also this could be you. If after this person leaves behind some sort of connection that they weren't happy in, they may come towards you, and you may have to go into this Queen of Swords energy of like, hold up now. Like, let me stop you right there, bud. Okay, you may even want to give this person a piece of your mind. Maybe you know about this person. Maybe they have a reputation about being a player and you don't trust them. Page of Pentacles. So maybe they are coming towards you with some sort of offer to start something new with them, to build together. But I don't really think that there's much potential for a future. And I'm getting maybe that's what your intuition is telling you. Maybe you can see right through this person, actually. Maybe when they come towards you, they're in that Knight of Wands reversed energy of being like a heartless player to an extent, you know? Somebody that's maybe a little bit too confident, arrogant even. Because I feel like, hell, maybe it's even you that's in the Hanged Man, seeing things from a different perspective. Because I feel like you see something through, like, it's like, yeah, you see through this person. So their intentions, I think, are going to be very obvious to you, especially when you tap into your intuition. I think I'm definitely going to clarify that Knight of Wands in the reverse to make sure that I'm on the right track with this type of personality. But that's what I'm getting so far. You know, I think I might try to clarify the High Priestess, because there's got to be a reason why I keep showing up at the bottom of the deck. And it could just simply be reminding you to trust your intuition when it comes to each of these situations. Especially if anybody's approaching you or whatever, or making something known here. Maybe this is all stuff that you felt through your intuition, but you haven't had any confirmation until this reading. That could be a possibility too. Yeah, I'm going to actually take off the High Priestess, and maybe there's a clue underneath. I haven't looked yet. Ten of Pentacles? Ten of Pentacles was under the High Priestess. Okay, this could even be a separate message. I wonder if, like, something related to your spirituality, your intuition, your psychic abilities, anything of that nature could be bringing about a huge amount of success for you. So you may even be called to do more spiritual work, or maybe like even get some sort of platform for sharing your spiritual beliefs, and that could be quite prosperous for you. So maybe that's why it keeps popping up again and again, is because you're meant to lean into your spirituality, your intuition, your psychic abilities, whatever you feel in that part of your life. Yeah, maybe you're even getting like motivated or inspired to like make a YouTube channel to share your spiritual beliefs or something. Like, this could be something that is very, very prosperous. Or it could just be simply telling you that if you keep trusting your intuition, trusting spirit, that eventually this will come into your life. Maybe without you even having to do much other than trust in the process, trust in yourself, trust in spirit, that the right things are going to come towards you. So even if it doesn't have to do with you literally sharing your spiritual beliefs that makes this successful, or creates this success in your life, but maybe it's just simply when you trust in your intuition, trust in your gut, trust in the divine, it will lead you down the right path that leads to all of this abundance and prosperity for you. That's a really beautiful message. I wasn't really expecting that. I'm going to clarify that Knight of Wands in the reverse, though, because I don't know. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else about that Knight of Wands in the reverse in regards to characters? Anything else about that Knight of Wands in the reverse? Please and thank you. Okay. So I think I might have been right or something. Okay, so Two of Pentacles, clarifying that Knight of Wands in the reverse. Four of Wands. I wouldn't get too excited about that Four of Wands. Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And usually I don't really get third party with this, but because I'd had that feeling or sense that there was like an outside party, and it may not even be somebody that they're currently with anymore, but maybe somebody that they left behind, or left behind maybe, because it feels like they were struggling to make a decision for a long time. Maybe they were in a relationship with somebody else, and see, that's the icky part, is I'm getting like this sense of like this Knight of Wands in the reverse may have been with somebody and acted like that person was their person, but the whole time they may have been thinking about you and a union with you. And I don't like that. Because, like, you know, and especially in those types of situations, it's like, how do you know that person's not going to turn around and do the same thing to you if you two get together, you know? Just be completely false and, like, act like you're their world, but simultaneously thinking about somebody else instead, being more ideal or whatever. And you know the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side or whatever. And so I think that this is somebody that may suffer from that sort of mindset. And I say suffer because it's like probably not a happy existence, you know, always feeling like you're missing out or something. Definitely FOMO is like coming up for sure. But the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck, it feels like I mean, it is possible that this is somebody that's more polyamorous. You know, somebody that dates multiple people at once openly. You know, there's no lying or whatever or hiding, but I just don't know. Because it feels almost like maybe their heart was split between two people. But I mean, whatever that was, they left it behind. And now they're feeling like maybe you're the better option. I'm going to clarify that Four of Wands because it doesn't feel super positive to me for some reason. And probably because it's clarifying the Knight of Wands in the reverse. But yeah, I'm going to clarify that Four of Wands. Please and thank you, Spirit. Can you clarify that Four of Wands? Thank you. Oh my. Well, giddy up, horsey, I guess. Clarifying that Four of Wands, we got the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. This is Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Now, these are pretty positive cards, but I almost don't trust it because they showed up as the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And I think that that would be representing more so. Or maybe they're refusing to enter into the Knight of Wands energy, which could mean a different thing. That would potentially indicate that this is someone that does not want to be a player, does not want to come across as a player to you. Maybe that Eight of Cups is indicating that they want to leave that part of their life behind. So maybe this was a former player, but maybe they are trying their best to like move on from that part of their life. And maybe they almost feel like they have to not be in that Knight of Wands energy because you're the Queen of Swords in this. And the Queen of Swords is somebody that does not take any BS from other people. And she's honest, truthful, direct. So if she has an issue, she'll let you know. So I'm wondering too if it's like, no, I don't know. I still feel like this person is like not as healed as they want to be or something, because the Two of Pentacles is making me feel like they may even struggle with that balance between being a Knight of Wands upright and a Knight of Wands in the reverse, like the shadow and the light aspects to themselves. I feel like maybe their mind is telling them that they want a relationship, but maybe they're not actually ready for it. Like it feels almost like, in theory, yeah, like that's what they want, but like maybe not in the reality of it. Well, clarifying that Four of Wands is the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, so it feels like they want to come towards you and express their feelings, and they want to do it fast with that Knight of Swords. They really want to communicate this to you. But also this could go back to like maybe you even having options. So, because like it feels almost like this sense of urgency. And I'm wondering if they can feel you either moving on from them, or like if you have any sort of past with this person, or they feel like they could miss their chance if they don't act. Because they see like the Four of Wands with you as like the ideal situation. But with that Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, it feels almost like maybe this person wants you for the wrong reasons, and not necessarily for who you are, but rather what you can provide them or what you have going on in your life. It's not really about you, but more so maybe your material life, or this could be somebody that's like more superficial based. Like maybe if you weren't super prosperous or abundant, they wouldn't be interested, but since you are very abundant, I think this person wants a piece of that. Yeah, I feel like there's still something I'm missing. What else can you tell me about this Knight of Wands in reverse, please, and thank you, Spirit? Okay, let's see. Okay, we got the Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. See, this is what's making me think it could be a third-party situation here. Like it feels again like somebody's split between two different people. So like it could even be that like even if this person is technically single, maybe they're still involved with their ex in some way. Because it feels like they know that they want this connection with you, but it feels like there's something in the background, in the like peripheral, I can't pronounce that. This person may feel like now is the time to give to you if they want this to go anywhere, but it just doesn't feel genuine or something. Like I'm getting such a weird feeling. Like maybe they think that they want this, but like maybe it's not what they actually need. I wonder, yeah, maybe that's even part of it. It's like maybe this person has like an almost all or nothing mindset, where it's like either you fulfill me in every single way or you don't fulfill me at all. And so I feel like it feels almost like they're making you out to be like this ideal person and not really like listening to you or noting things about you that are deeper than the surface. Like it feels, yeah, this could be very much somebody that thinks that going into a relationship is going to heal them on a personal level, which, you know, if you're not healed and going into a relationship and expecting that person to heal you or whatever, not a great way to have it. You know, not a great idea or mindset. Especially because, you know, anything can happen in a relationship. That person could leave you in a second. So it's like, why put all of the responsibility on the other person when you can just do that stuff yourself, for yourself, by yourself? Oh, this could also be somebody that is afraid of being single. The Six of Pentacles, though, is like throwing me off. Something about that doesn't seem... I keep feeling like I'm missing something. And maybe it's just the third party, like in the peripheral. I think that this person is still involved with their ex in some way. And you know, if you're going through a breakup and like say it's a long-term relationship, I'm sure there's a lot of like little details to, you know, figure out and stuff. Like it's not going to be instantaneous if you have a long-term relationship with somebody and suddenly break it off. But I think that this person could be hiding that they still have feelings for their ex or something. Like something still ties them to that person. Oh, maybe it's like they have children with that person or something. Can you clarify that Six of Pentacles for me, please? Ooh, see? Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh. Okay, that kind of threw me off, but okay. Clarifying that Six of Pentacles, you got the Page of Cups, Three of Swords. So the threes, I really do think that there is a third party in this situation here. They want to come in as this Page of Cups. And we had the Page of Pentacles earlier. So I do think that this person could be insecure. Or maybe it's just somebody newer to your life that you haven't gotten to know super well yet. But for some reason that Three of Swords speaks to me about you two having some sort of history together. Some sort of painful history. And I found it interesting that the Page of Cups is coming before the Three of Swords and not the Page of Cups coming after the Three of Swords, because that would give me more of an energy of like they're trying to heal from that pain. But with the Page of Cups first, they could see you as a heartbreaker. So maybe they're a little bit scared to come towards you and offer their cup of love or whatever. Because they may think that you will reject them and that would hurt them. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. I'm getting the message that this person... Okay, so I do think that there is at least a little possibility here of you having some sort of past with this person. Because I feel like they... Well, I guess it doesn't even necessarily have to be a past, but this person feels, I think, overburdened by their feelings for you. They may have been attracted to you for a very long time, or they, you know, have been interested in you for a very long time. It feels almost like they've been holding all of that back and they want to show you what they've been holding back, which is their feelings, I think. And yeah, it's like they want to put down that burden. I'm going to clarify that Three of Swords because it's like, okay, what? Because like Six of Pentacles being clarified by Page of Cups, that's perfectly fine, right? Like, yeah, because like that would just be like, oh, I'm coming in to give to you, and I'm coming in to express my little cup of love and share that with you. this could even take a darker turn, and maybe this is like, I really hope it's not this situation, but it's like maybe they are making their way into your life so that they can hurt you, but I don't know. That would be more mental or emotional hurt, by the way, not physical. Then there's also the other thing where it's like, okay, maybe just simply expressing their feelings to you would cause heartbreak for somebody else that's in this, another third party. Yeah, really. I think that it could be heartbreaking to that third party if they were to express themselves to you, which, clearly seems like they want to do that. And the Wheel of Fortune could be saying to them, or making them believe that now is the right time and that divine timing is at play with this. Yeah, I'm going to clarify that Three of Swords. Please and thank you, Spirit. Three of Swords clarification. Please and thank you, Spirit. What is Three of Swords trying to tell us? Please and thank you, Spirit. See, the Three of Swords just got clarified by the Magician. And the bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups. So I feel like I'm getting a few different storylines here. So it's definitely going to, apply specifically to the specific person I'm connecting with differently, But on one hand, I think that they understand that what they want to manifest, which would probably be a connection with you, that is going to automatically hurt somebody else. And they may know that. And here's the proof, I guess. Five of Cups. Somebody being very sad and heartbroken here. But there's also the shadow part of the Magician. And it's not... Usually I take the Magician shadow aspects when the Magician comes out in the reverse. So I may be being a little dramatic, but I'm kind of picking up on those shadow aspects, even though it came out upright. And because it's clarifying the Three of Swords, like I feel like this may be somebody that's kind of manipulative. I don't really know. That's the thing. Like, there's a lot on the surface that seems like this is a pretty okay person. But for me, there feels like this sense of an undercurrent of them not being so great. And not to say that like somebody has to be absolutely perfect, but I feel like you gotta at least try to be a good person in life, right? And maybe it's like this sense of like, this is mine, this belongs to me, so I'm manifesting it. I don't know. It could also be possible that maybe this person was heartbroken by you in the past, or vice versa. And maybe that's what they kind of want to heal or bring together, because maybe this was like a missed opportunity in the past or something. But in terms of cutesy thoughts that they're having about you, it's about giving to you. They want to give to you because they would like a relationship with you, and that's connected to those cutesy thoughts. And also like the sense of like maybe fate or the universe is playing a part in this. That could be a cutesy part of this message as well. But yeah, I'm just not so sure about this person's character. But I feel like their cutesy thoughts are more so like, let me impress this person. I would love to give to them and express myself to them and have them, express those feelings back to me. I mean, I don't know if you feel the same way or not, but I almost, and yeah, okay, maybe that's what it is. It's just like a cockiness, a sense of like being a little bit too arrogant or something here. And maybe that's just their personality. Maybe I'm just not a fan of their personality. Maybe they don't really mean you any harm. They just have that sort of annoying personality of arrogance. Maybe they're really attractive too. And so, like, maybe they're used to getting what they want. So they're, like, just automatically assuming that you're going to want them. They can't get over, like, this feeling of, like, some sort of manipulation taking. But please clarify that Magician card, please, thank you, Spirit. I think this will be the way I can figure it out. Please and thank you, Spirit. Can you clarify that Magician card for us? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What is that Magician energy trying to tell us? Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. Okay. Okay, first off, Three of Pentacles came out again at the bottom of the deck. I am actually certain at this point that there is at least a third party involved in this, and it feels like another person. I'm just gonna say it because that is just screaming out to me. This is so interesting. Clarifying that Magician card, we have the King of Pentacles, Temperance, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Nine of Wands, and that Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You know, I would normally be inclined to say that this person could be this King of Pentacles, but I really don't think it is. I think that could be your energy. You're probably, like, very much a boss in your own life, and maybe this person feels insecure compared to you or something. Or maybe that's why they want to come towards you, is because you look like you got everything under control. You're very capable, very secure within yourself, within your life. Like, you're surrounded by abundance, which could also indicate that this person's interested in you for the wrong reasons, but okay. And then the Temperance card, which could be that they want to heal between the two of you. Heal this connection, bring the two of you together to express your emotions to one another, feelings. But then it being followed by the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords is really sticking out to me in particular. I think this is a shady person. Nine of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting, it feels almost like a sense of impatience. Like, I want this now and I don't want it to take a long time. And maybe if it takes a long time, I might decide to go somewhere else and do something else. But I may not tell you that, because the deception is a part of that. And then they may blame, I'm getting a sense like they could be the type of person that blames their actions on their past. Like, it's not my fault that I cheated on you. It's just that I was, you know, neglected as a child or something. Like, it feels gaslighty. Also, that Temperance card could be indicating that they feel like you could heal them. I think I said that earlier about this person. That this could be somebody that thinks that a relationship is going to fix everything for them. And then their life is going to be perfect. But they don't understand that relationships take work. They're not going to be pretty all the time. They're not going to be sunshine and rainbows all the time. You're going to have struggles. You're going to have difficulties. At one point or another. And when you're coming at it from such a not really in touch with reality type of way, like it feels like they're very much idolizing you, and it feels like somebody that's scared of the reality of these types of things. Like they think that, yeah, it feels like they think that they want a relationship with somebody, and they'll like put like, you know, they'll dream about it, they'll daydream about it, they'll think about all the wonderful things that could happen, but then it's like the instant that it becomes a reality and maybe they see your imperfections, um, then it's like they start to get scared, they start to get like, they start to run, like they don't like maybe the boring parts of a relationship, or the you know, parts that are not so positive. um yeah. Like it feels like this is the type of person that wants to manifest but has no idea how to actually manifest things, because it feels like they're not healing on a personal level, and I think that that has a lot to do with manifestation. um and so it's like maybe they think that they're manifesting you, but they're not really, or they're trying to manifest the idea of you and not the reality of you. Yeah, this person feels like they kind of have some stuff that they need to work out on their own on a personal level before they come towards you. And, you know, since you kept popping up as the high priestess, I think you're going to be able to see through this person. And I think you're, honestly, because it's been like a feeling I've been having with this person in this reading. And now I think I finally got to it, you know, why I was having that feeling. So it may be like when this person comes to you, everything could present as perfect on the surface. Maybe this person's attractive, maybe this person's available, maybe this, you know, checks all the boxes or whatever. But there's gonna be something in your gut that tells you, I don't know, something about this doesn't feel right. And I feel like that could be what Spirit's trying to tell you, to trust that feeling. You know, even if it feels like, oh, I might just be being crazy. There's no evidence to suggest that this person's sketchy or whatever. I think it's telling you that for a reason. And it feels like maybe this person's gonna try and play it like, oh, I am completely cut off from my ex, don't even worry about that. Meanwhile, in the background, they're still actively working with their ex, to, you know, yeah, like in what, you know, to what degree are they interacting with their exes? I'm sure gonna vary based on who's watching this, but it just doesn't feel very transparent. Like I would prefer transparency, I think. And I think maybe that's the thing that I don't really get from this person. And maybe yeah, it could just simply be because they're insecure. They don't think, they think if they are too honest, or if they're honest in general, that they will push you away from them. Um, yeah. Like that will turn you off or something if they're too honest, or if they're too real, or they share too many details or something. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's simply just them not being honest with you about everything, and you can feel that in your gut, and your gut may be trying to tell you that this person's hiding something. And, you know, say this person's like co-parenting with their ex, like, and maybe it's as innocent as that, you know? But like, just the mere fact that they're trying to hide that from you shows that they are somebody that can't be trusted. Because it's like, if you're gonna lie about something small, you're gonna also lie about something very much bigger. And, you know, obviously not always, but a good amount of the time. Yeah, I feel like that's been my experience personally, is like, if somebody's a liar, they will start by lying about really small things, and things that you personally wouldn't really care about, but because they felt the need to lie about it, I think that's a red flag. Because it's like, okay, why are you lying about something that's like that small and insignificant, unless you have like other things that you would like to also lie about that are maybe a bigger deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. So honestly, I would just be on your guard if this person tries to approach you, which it feels like they very much want to. And they might, yeah. It's very likely that they might actually try to communicate with you or express themselves to you. And I think I would just suggest to listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, and see if you're feeling that weird sense of like, oh, there's something here, there's something here. I don't know what it is, but it's like, it doesn't feel good. This Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. I think you're very much a master of balance. And I think that could be very intriguing to a lot of other people, because I think that especially people that crave a sense of balance in their life, they want to know, or not even necessarily learn how to do it, but rather have you do it for them. Like, oh, you're balanced, so why don't you come into my life and balance it out for me, you know? So I think that's also a part of it, is like, I think some people see you as the solution to their problems, but I feel like that's not the case. And if anything, that's just going to lead to more confusion and more chaos and stuff. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people want the balance that you have in your life, and they want to make that part of their life in some way. But I think in some regards, or in some instances, it could be a little bit of an energy vampire sort of thing. I don't think that all of these people that want to come towards you or communicate with you or express themselves to you, I don't think all of them have the best intentions. So I think it's really gonna just really depend on your intuition, the vibes you pick up from these people, the energy that they present themselves in when they approach you. I think all of that's going to be very much important. Also, I think that, you know, if you're ever questioning, is this person for me? Is this person not for me? It could also be indicating that speaking to the divine, asking spirit, like, hey, is this person for me? Or is this person, lying? Or is this person not for me? And maybe even ask spirit for a sign to indicate, hey, is this person actually here for me or not? That could be another part of this, because the Emperor that we got at the very beginning of the reading feels very much like somebody that's actually in your alignment, you know? Whereas these other two characters, I'm not so sure about. I think that they see you as a beautiful person, somebody that is very radiant and that everybody else wants as well. But it feels a little bit more superficial, I guess, compared to the Emperor. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be your decision, you know, if you entertain these people or not, or what have you. I think you have a lot of people thinking cutesy thoughts about being in a relationship with you. I think that's more so like the biggest one I'm getting from this reading. Or just being in your life in general. I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be love related. This could simply just be a bunch of people that want to be near you in proximity because you're so special. But at least one of them has romantic intentions, I think. So yeah, I think, yeah, you just have that kind of energy that really attracts people, pulls people in, and yeah, it'll be up to you to decide who is right for you and who isn't. But yeah, so that's the reading. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it resonated. If it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become an honorary bee like me, and we can be a little bee family together. If you like my readings and you'd like to see more, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you next time I upload. And thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!